I've got the absolute cheapest LGA1700 Intel DDR4 motherboard I could find. So you can put DDR4 even on modern CPUs and really save money on your RAM. And I also am using some laptop adapters there. Now, this is the absolute cheapest one. It's cheaper than any deal you can find on the used market, on Facebook Marketplace. This is extremely cheap. You can buy it on AliExpress. If you buy it with coupons at the right time, you can expect to pay under 50 bucks for a full-fledged motherboard. However, it has the entryest level of the entry chip, an H610. It's very small. It has no RGB and no extra connectivity whatsoever. It also has a weird layout and comes with no CMOS battery. Also, mine came in with a broken box. The motherboard was peeking out, and I really thought they broke it during shipping. All that considered, should you buy this for the price? Well, welcome back at ImWateringPSUs, and let's discover it. Now, since you are at ImWateringPSUs, I don't like to drag you guys out for answers. So if you came onto this video, maybe searching the motherboard on Google and you want to know if it's a good buy, the short answer is yes. However, don't pair it with a high power CPU. And that's really all the video. Okay, but if you want to stay and learn more, we'll go over the BIOS, the good, the bads, the VRMs. So let's continue. The reason I recommend this motherboard is mostly those CPUs. Now, if you follow the channel, you know what these are. If you don't follow the channel, someone in China decided to adapt their CPUs, their laptop CPUs to desktop, and they made some universal 12th, 13th, and 14th gen CPUs from LGA1700, which basically work anywhere. They're very power efficient. You can overclock them up to 50% in 10 minutes, and they are very cheap, very good. And generally, if they were mainstream, they would destroy the market, even with just me covering them, because apparently no other YouTuber cares. They went up in price like 30% compared to when I discovered them. So unfortunately, by you guys buying them, we are destroying the market effectively. If someone like Hardware Unboxed made a video about them positive, I think they would go out of stock in like 2 days. As long as they last, they're very good. And the cool part is if you don't overclock them, they don't draw any power. So generally, about 50 watts actual power drawn. You can cool them with, I don't know, a pot of water on top of your socket. Even a motherboard like this with 4-phase VRM of questionable quality is gonna be plenty. Now, this motherboard is from Huananzhi, and Huananzhi, back in the day, was known for making motherboards with VRMs that would catch on fire. I actually had quite a few motherboards destroying themselves back in the X79 days, around 7 years ago, long time ago. But they have since refined their craft, and now their motherboards don't really break anymore. Okay, so it's kind of reputable brand for the Chinese, Asian, unknown space. You can buy it, it's okay. And the motherboard has everything you may need. Space for a Wi-Fi card, NVMe slot space, 2 DDR4 slots. It's good to have 2 and not 4, because with 2 you have better memory compatibility, better latency, faster RAM. Actually, I could make a whole video about this. I covered it in the past. Basically, it's good that we have fewer sticks. Connectivity in the back is very limited, just 2 USB 3.0 USBs, but it also has an internal USB 3.0 hub, which is good, and just 1 PCIe slot. What can you expect? However, the BIOS on this motherboard is great, okay? It's the same BIOS as any other Asian motherboard. Apparently, they have one very good guy. The guy is a genius. If you're watching this, you know, congrats. First time I checked one of those out, I think it was in a Qingyu motherboard, I was very surprised. I was like, come on, this is better than Asus sometimes, you know? No offense, they don't like me either way, but it's very good, and they ported it to H610. So even though H610 is supposed to have like 0 overclocking support, like if you buy an H610 from Asus or MSI or Biostar, it's gonna be the worst motherboard you ever buy. This one shows that if you just put a few lines of code extra, you can make a good motherboard out of a cheap product. So this is actually very good. You can power limit unlock your CPU, you can overclock your RAM, you can even undervolt your CPU if you want via my usual tutorials. So this motherboard has it all. It has all the options you may need, secure boot, TPM 2.0, whatever you want. So there's no reason you should not buy this motherboard, except if you need features that this motherboard doesn't have physically, like if you need more connectivity, more PCIe slots, if you need a bigger motherboard, or again, if you want a better looking motherboard, definitely don't buy this one, and you should only buy it for low power consumption CPUs. For example, this i7-13850HX. This is basically an i9. So at stock, it's gonna be plenty fine on this motherboard, okay? I'm gonna show you the benchmarks and numbers. Basically, the motherboard VRMs, they don't even reach like 60, 70 degrees, it's okay. If you unlock the power limits on this, it's gonna start throttling the actual VRM, because this has 28 threads. You know, this is a very heavy CPU if unlocked. So if you want to do any kind of proper overclocking, you can do undervolting here safely. But if you want to do any kind of overclocking, don't buy this motherboard. And I find with the current AliExpress market, things are priced in a way that makes sense. So here you're just saving 20 to 30 bucks compared to a B760, decently priced one. And those extra 20 to 30 bucks, they are massive in percentage for a budget build, but you really get a lot more for the extra money. So if you plan to keep a PC for a long time, and it's gonna be your main build, and you wanna do some overclocking, spend the extra 30 bucks, okay? Still buy it on AliExpress, buy something, you know, off-brand for sure, but don't go super cheap. However, if this is like a second PC for your living room, if you want to flip it and you want to make the most profit and you're not overclocking the system, this is a surprisingly good motherboard and I'm actually recommending it to you guys. However, as usual, I want to hear what you guys think. So you guys let me know. If you have one of those and it breaks on you, let me know. If it also breaks on me, I'm gonna let you know. And we use this channel as a community, okay? And also, if you want to help me out personally, you may want to drop a like, subscribe. You can also become a member. It's like cheap. I do some extra videos, special videos for you guys. And with that said, see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.